Well, welcome back. IHC versus Rare Atom on Overpass. Sam, let's dive right into the action.
Alrighty, I'm looking forward to this one. This was the one that we had a couple of question marks around. The Overpass first pick, and of course Rare Atom starting on that T side. And with a very aggressive push over towards B, but with the lurk player getting taken down so early, that leaves a lot of space for IHC to make a lurk of their own.
Sure, they're going to be pretty annoyed at that death, but Techno, he's going to be in a difficult spot. He still managed to get a kill. The flash comes through. Blitz is going to be covering him, and from the toxic barrels, he's still going to be able to spin up and get a kill. Blitz and Techno, turning up for their team right there. That is an absolute beast play.
Actually see Score going for that lurk that I was mentioning, and like before he even gets halfway to the site, the rest of his team has already just annihilated all of the Rare Atom players. I don't dislike the approach from Rare Atom. I think that could have worked very well, but a very well-placed flash doesn't really get them the positioning that they would have wanted, and then a nice little early pick-off onto the site. IHC have massive numbers advantage, and Rare Atom can't really respond.
Yeah, completely denied. And not being able to get that bomb down is going to be so detrimental to them. If Blitz does get killed here, which is 100% a possibility.
Oh my god.
He goes down. That's the thing. Obviously, like now the way it works is that with the M4 Sam, the M4A1 is that it's down to 20 bullets instead of 25. So going up against those pistols is ever more dangerous.
I mean, you say that. It seemed to work out quite nicely either way. I think the attempt at a tossed nade while like two people have just rounded the corner, that definitely caught me off guard. He does die for it in the end, but he gets traded out, and I mean, after getting 2 kills of his own, yeah, works out great. Rare Atom, 2 rounds where they weren't able to get the bomb down, but at least now they're able to buy in somewhat. We'll see if they can make something happen here. It's still early days.
This would normally have been the bonus round, but not this time round. There's a lot of damage traded here between Advent and Blitz. More so against Blitz. An interesting player. We saw him on Thursday actually play fairly well throughout the day. He managed to pick up a nice 4-piece on the CT pistol round on Dust 2. So I'm not surprised he managed to pop off in the first pistol round on this front. But no real bonus round for IHC, thanks to losing that one player. So they're all going to be a little bit lower on cash though, so.
Yeah, it definitely can have an effect going into the further rounds, but that's assuming, of course, they don't do really well in this round, which they have been doing in the past couple. They've already started out with that early pickoff, and as we mentioned, statistically, you get that first kill, you're far more likely to win the round. This has now forced Rare Atom to really slow down. They do a little bit of a fake in towards mid. Now they're going to start pushing towards B, and IHC have not fallen for it.
They've not been onto it. 40 seconds left on the clock. Smoke goes out. It's going to be the last smoke available on IHC's roster at the moment. Still full execution possible from Rare Atom. They have 3 flashes, 2 smokes, and a molly, and it looks like it's going to be a bit of a B hit. They've got a disadvantage with Mosey going down once again. 0-3 on his scoreline. Didn't really find anything for that death either. So at the moment, trying to set up, trying to find some information, but unfortunately for them, it's actually going to be a 4-man hold over towards the monster. It's going to be Techno finds one cable with the trade-off. Now he's going to be peeking down over towards short, but it's going to be Jam Young with the kill. Blitz with the trade. Score from above, though, even though he's flashed, still managed to get the kill.
That was an interesting attempt at a transfer, but it does work out. Now, we mentioned, things were possibly going to look a little bit dangerous for IHC economically because of how the previous round had gone, and they had to kind of spend into that, but they do win the round, and so they're still fine, and you can even see they're able to pick up one of those AKs as well, so that definitely helps things. They're not flush by any measure, but it's definitely not as bad as it could have been, and now with Blitz having the AWP in his hands, that could very much start to keep that momentum going in their favor. Rare Atom now clearly the ones to have taken the pause here, because of course now they're back down onto slightly upgraded pistols. In that previous round it was a full buy, a force, and it didn't pan out the way they would have wanted. As we said, R.A. Mosey going down so early on, and they aren't really able to, they attempted, right? A little bit of util over towards mid, try and fake things out, but they don't realize it's a 3-person stack over towards the B sides, and IHC kind of reading into Rare Atom, because every round Rare Atom seemed to lean towards that B site, and again here, it looks like okay, it's a mid-rush this time, pistols, yeah.
See if they can do anything with this. It's going to be up close and personal with the Tech 9. Losing his head. That's going to be a bit of a YOLO play by Mosey. And you know what? I respect it. Go full Stewie 2K here. And managed to push all the way through, get a kill, pick up an M4. Probably should trade that off to one of his teammates with 41 HP on him, but I don't think he's too worried about it. They can all easily be tapped away by one of these guns. That was his first kill as well. Not too bad. 9 AWP in hand. That's what I kind of expected. I was a bit surprised to see Blitz with it, but nonetheless. You know what? Ratsman could do some decent damage on this. If they play it slow, Sam, they could try to find a couple of kills and try to break down that economy that is still really not... hasn't really formulated yet, because we're only 3 rounds in for IHC.
And the fact that they've split up the forces of IHC so heavily, that does bode well, but they're splitting themselves up as well, and with only pistols to their name, there you go, Mercury goes down, and now the plan for Rare Atom starts to fall apart a little bit.
Oh, that peek around the corner, Mosey is going to be able to get one, Jamyang with another. Okay, well, they don't even need to play slowly. They just stomp straight on towards site, and they're like, yep, this is ours now. And now they have a full weapon layout for their team, essentially, if they can get Jamyang and Advent over to pick up those guns, but instead they're playing a little bit more reserved. Everyone, Techno, last 2 left alive, and at this point they have to work out what they want to do. They could save and buy into the next round, or they could try to go for the clutch. They do have a kit on them, but I think it's a little bit too late for this. And we're going to see the kit player just run away. Campbell's going to stay for a little bit longer, risking and playing with death.
You gotta wonder what was said in that timeout. Because, I mean, that was a fantastic round for Rare Atom to win on, and you know what, thrifty round. Not much in the bag, and they've managed to grab themselves 3 guns at the end of that. So this next round is going to be less expensive than it could have been. Yeah, I mean, this is really, really impressive. I like the slightly more aggression than what we'd seen in the previous rounds, right? And they're able to pivot off of that quite nicely. We'll see if they can continue along with that. But IHC, we spoke a little bit about their economy, and after losing that previous round, they're still able to buy in, but it's not great. We'll see if they can pivot off of what they do have.
That round was so important, and so is that kill. Kays takes down Gable, and that man advantage at so early on is everything they could wish for. And Advent, he's going to take it even further. Takes down Techno. 9. He's in a whole heap of trouble if he's not careful. This player from Underpass. It's going to be Blitz coming in. Looking to get the headshot. He does, but unfortunately, he's going to get found by Mosey coming in. And it's going to be Advent the second. Never mind. It's going to be 9. These close quarter kills, like I mentioned, he can get these hard shots, but it's the easy ones he seems to find a little bit more difficult. And we're down to 2 players. K is going to be peeking around for AWP. Now, they both missed their shots. Peeking again, and it's going to be K's winning that duel. Finding 2 kills so far for AWP.
This was nice. I like the attempted aggression from IHC, so they tried to kind of fan out a little bit, and they've done this for quite a few rounds. They did it on the first pistol as well. And it has worked out reasonably well on the previous rounds, but Rare Atom, of course, you know, they took that time out. They read into what IHC have been doing, and they have a really good response to it. Okay, fair enough. An initial opening kill does wonders to get the momentum rolling for them. But they've done really well, Rare Atom, to keep themselves going, and there you go. They're going to deny the save as well. Beautiful. Yoink the AWP as well. And this is a great round. 3 of them stay alive. IHC seem to be really struggling here. We're going to need to see some adaptation from them because it seems so early on in the map, they've already become a little bit telegraphed.
I completely agree. And I think Kays did a fantastic job there. He played the ultimate distraction and locking down a big part of the map where we saw IHC having to concentrate 3 players over towards that area. And at a massive sacrifice. And now we see them down on pistols. 5-7 on Cabal. I mean, he's got some armor, but honestly, I don't know how well that's going to do. I mean, all these weapons can just one-shot him, obviously, with none of it. So a little bit of a hope with that 5-7 split, especially at this kind of distance versus Mercury. There could be a chance. Picking up an AK could equal some more extra damage, but peeking around the corner like that is so dangerous, and he's going to be losing his head. Now, the call is potentially be made going for a push on towards the B site. Mosey through Monster, checking his angles, being a little bit careful here. Realizes that Blitz usually plays over towards those barrels, but not this time round. They've got USPs, and unfortunately, they're going to get found. 9, just absolutely slaughter. This should be a fairly clean sweep for these guys. Maybe a kill could come through. Never mind. Mercury with the fantastic spray onto 3 of them.
That was a nasty spray, but works out quite nicely. I was expecting a little bit more of a stronger gamble stack from IHC. I mean, they were kind of hovering towards B, but they still kept some split presence and made it a little bit more difficult to push in and get yourself the advantage. Because when you're on the pistols, your biggest advantage is in numbers. Okay, not in that situation, because of course that gets sprayed down ridiculously. But in general, that's where you're going to find something to pivot off of. And unfortunately, it doesn't work out for them. So they're back in with a buy and first kill, there we go.
That was not an easy kill to do. I'm sure he's very glad that there was an incendiary grenade thrown down in towards that connected position. Otherwise, I think Mercury would have yeeted himself up those stairs and managed to find a trade. But that was a decent kill, at least. It managed to get them on the board. But Cabal, he's going to fool Mosey. Oh, Techno coming through for his team. The other day, we saw him take a little bit longer to really get into the flow of things. But this time around, it seems like he's getting a little bit more spicy early on. Multiple high-value kills from his side. Smoke up in towards the heaven position. Be a bit of a distraction. But there's only 2 of these players, Sam. I'm not quite sure how they're going to be able to do this. It's still possible. 2v4. Going to be 3 players hovering in around the B site. One up towards the truck. Mercury with the first peek. Doesn't manage to make anything of it. Now the swing's going to be coming out, and Techno gets the kill, gets the AWP, and 9 is going to be very happy with that.
Didn't even need to take a pause to come up with the adaptation. I mean, that round, they don't take that same aggressive stance, IHC, that we'd seen earlier. Yeah, they push out a little bit, take a little bit of space, but they're still on their kind of half of the map, right? The top 50% there. They send 1 player down towards Playground and manages to get, like we said, a little bit of a labored spray there at Fountain, but it works out in the end. Give themselves a numbers advantage and then just wait for Rare Atom to push into them. Very, very well played here. And again, we're seeing it where they don't push out too aggressively. They've got a little bit of presence for that kind of early warning system and potentially an opening pick, but they're not playing hyper aggressive because they know it doesn't really work out.
Strong adaptation, like you were saying. Things are going to be difficult to work out here. Mercury getting that trade on score. One of the players here we should be watching out for. Not really living up to his name right now, but decent start from both sides. 4-3 on a map we didn't really expect to see them play here, Sam, especially Rare Atom picking it. And you know what? Rare Atom have impressed me. They'll start out on the T side. IHC with the advantage on CT. Over towards long. Jam Young trying to see if he can spot anything out. K's with the AWP. Managed to make full use out of it early on, but aside from those AWP kills, hasn't really accomplished too much.
This is still kind of anyone's game as well, 4v4. Yeah, there's a bit of an HP disadvantage for IHC, but they've got some really good positioning here. You know, Rare Atom have split themselves up quite heavily as they try and find a nice little spot to push in. But I think if Rare Atom get a pick and make an opening for themselves, they run away with this round. So IHC have to be very careful.
I agree. 9 in an awesome position. He could find this kill. He's hovering right through that wall. And the player, Mercury rushes through, misses opportunity. It's going to be a tag on the player, but he misses a shot on Mosey. He has managed to do a bit of damage on K's, but 3 players going to be a little bit low on HP. And Util, he gets the slight tag on K's, I think, on that front, if I'm right in saying, but misses the opportunity on the player on that truck position. No chance. The grenade comes out, gets the kill onto the AWP player. This evens it up. 2v2. They know that both the players are down over towards this position, so they're able to lock it in fairly well. And Mosey with the AK is going to be the crucial first point of contact, but the smoke blocks us out his view. Jam Young 1v2 takes down 1, looking for the second kill, spots them out, gets the kill, easy peasy. He wasn't even stressed.
Oh, that was close. When that first kill comes through for IHC from 9, and I'm like, oh no, Rare Atom, they're about to fall apart. But there's the inability to get the follow-up kill. And okay, it's a high-pressure situation, but unfortunately, it's one of those things that you have to hit that shot. And it's Jam Young who comes up really big in that round. I kind of pointed him out a little bit earlier on, and this is exactly why. He has so much clutch potential, and there it shines through.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that he was able to pull that one out of the bag. Blitz onto Mercury, gets the kill. After he's going to be pushing it up. Jam Young sidelines going to be looking for what he can do, but Blitz, he's the hero that they need. He's going to stay alive for now. Going to be picking up multiple, but it's going to be Techno with one of his own. They're going to be falling short on this run. 2v3 now. Rare Atom on the back foot. They're going to have to back off from this one. Make sure they're not going to get backstabbed. Jang Young was unable to get the entry he needed into that short position due to the utility used by IHC doing the best to lock down this position. They read this so well. They got the rotation on. They got the stack here. Now, Kays, with AWP, he has to lock on, get these kills up in towards heaven as he picks towards this. And he has an opportunity.
Oh, no.
He misses it. It goes over the second shot. Can't quite do anything. And now they know exactly what's going on. Techno. Here's the bomb going down. He's not going for denial. He's going to be playing in for position. The bomb doesn't get planted. He made a little bit of a footstep, and it distracted him. Now he's going to be peeking around the corner. He should have an opportunity here. Gets the kill. Bomb still goes down. K's on site. 1v3. He has to play out of his mind to get this. One goes through. He goes for the flick. He misses it. Has to flick on. Misses the nose. Got the pistol. Gets the kill. Techno shuts him down.
Oh wow, that was chaotic. That whole round was somewhat obscene. I don't think Rare Atom were expecting the level of force that we saw out of IHC. I mean, they knew they had cash in the bank. They knew that they could spend a little bit, but I don't think they were expecting quite as much as what had come out. Because Rare Atom just like full send it towards that B site. They run straight in and get completely mowed down. And they're like, hang on a second, what the hell's going on here? Really, really great recovery from IHC as well, because knowing that they didn't have a really substantial buy, they're still able to maintain control of the site. And again, some really good utility usage as well to just slow down Rare Atom's ingress. Finally, IHC take the lead once again, and there's the opening pick of the round.
Nice little trade there from Mercury. He's going to be Cowboy in the short position. He misses his opportunity, and the Galil comes out strong. But Mosey, who, if you remember back to the first 2 or 3 rounds, he was just falling all over the place, but he's come alive for his own. Mercury. Like I said, these default angles that Nine should just have locked down as he's peeking into it. He misses the opportunity to take that kill and level out the playing field. So now 2 versus 4 right off the bat. Such convincing round, and Rare Atom are just dissecting IHC right now. It doesn't even seem too difficult. Obviously, Advent went down, but straight after that, they've just been dominating this map so far. I mean, if you're Techno at the moment, you're thinking, okay, well, I suppose my name has got 4K in it, so this kind of makes sense for me to clutch, but it's probably a little bit too much.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. There's another one. I mean,
first of all,
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
There's no way this is going to happen. To be absolutely insane. Not only is the bomb planted in a terrible position for him, he doesn't have to do a defuse kit on him. I don't know if any were dropped close to site either. So I think he's realizing this, has had the information. It's like, yeah, you know what? I managed to get 1 kill. That's all. That's all I'm
take
gonna
those.
do.
Yeah.
Take those wins.
Yeah. Good round from Rare Atom, and again, a bit of a what's the word? An imperfect buy. But they do actually manage to leverage it. And I think that speaks a lot about these two teams in 2 ways, right? So first and foremost, the fact that you're able to get results on an imperfect buy, that says a lot. It says that you're able to adapt, that you're able to make these really important adaptations and regain control of an unfortunate situation. But it also says of the enemy team that they seem to get a little overconfident when they know that they have an upper hand. And that's something that can really be taken advantage of. And I think both of these two teams have done a really good job at doing that. I think something else to bear in mind is the 2 sniper players here haven't been as impactful as we would want to see. Nine, like you said, taking some weird angles, getting caught out. And K's just has hit some good shots, but has missed some really important ones too.
Yeah, I think it's the same for both of these players. So we do see a force buy coming out, and it's going to be all over the place. We've got a Scout, we've got Mag 7, we've got an MP9, we've got an AK. See if they can do anything. Oh, that Scout play needed to come through. K's this time not missing that shot. Going to be able to do a lot of damage. The MP9 over towards Truck is going to be a difficult play to have, especially from a fully kitted team. Techno, on the other hand, has got the AK, so being able to back up his teammate is going to be big. I don't know if he spotted the players there. He may well have done, and that's why he's actually deciding to go back over towards Dumpster. If they play a double stack here, it could be an interesting one for them, but the score is going to be playing up close. The personal flash is going to be coming out. He finds one, but that's all she wrote. Now Jam Young gets the trade, pushing over towards site. Techno, he's nowhere to be seen. He's over at Bank. He's going to be smoked out completely. No ability to be able to get the kills as they enter in. Having to wait for his teammate to push up, who's only got a Mag 7, so that long shots are not really going to happen, and unfortunately, it's going to be super difficult. He may well just be able to get this one, but he's maybe going to overpeak on this. Mag 7 Magma, I think the skin is called. pretty sick looking one. You can see he's got 1,700 kills on it so far with this one in particular. See if he can find another 2 or 3 in this fight. He manages to get the damage down. Jamyang is going to fall. Get an extra little bit of money in the bank, but the economy on your team is just in tatters. And there's no way he's leaving this alive either. They've surrounded him, so he has to go in for the plate, pick up the AK, but it's going to be the sniper shot attempt with the Mag 7.
You know what? Sniper shotgun is my favorite shotgun. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work out. You're going to have to really catch somebody off guard to make that one work. Valiant attempt there, and of course they do keep it relatively expensive. And I think that that's a really important point in this particular game because it has been so back and forth. Neither of these two teams is particularly comfortable in terms of how much cash they have. Okay, Rare Atom are still fine. They're still looking quite good, but you know, you lose one round and suddenly you're in the drink already. So this puts a lot of pressure on both of these two teams. None of them really have had an opportunity to build up that slush fund, that bit of cash buffer. And the other thing, talking about a buffer, we're 6-5. I mean, IHC, this is the side that they should have been doing a lot better on. This is the side where they needed to make a buffer for themselves. And, you know, we're getting closer and closer to that just not happening. They need to string the next 2 or 3 rounds together if they want to get into the next half with a somewhat stronger chance at winning out this map. And, of course, it would be a big feather in their cap because it was Rare Atom's map pick.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a nice 3-way boost towards this ABC position. Deagle and Score. Can he hit any headshots though? Well, does he get an opportunity? Advent's not even going to go through those doors, so it seems like there's going to be a wasted boost. A little bit unfortunate. And we came into this, and one of the things I was going to mention is that obviously during the last 2 series of both these teams, IHC actually had to go all the way to 3 maps versus was it NKT. Rare Atom managed to absolutely obliterate Araft and take it a 2-0 in their favor. So there's probably a little bit more confidence coming in from Rare Atom, especially with them winning the last season. I'm not sure. It's a little bit. There's a few things at play here, I'd have to say.
I feel bad for IHC at this point. All right, finally the 3 boost has dissipated. Now they're going for a reasonable stack over on the A side because that seems to be where it's happening. Util comes out. Cabal's going to need to rotate.
Mercury is going to be looking to fall here. He's just going to be charging on in. 9 is going to go down, but Score is going to be able to get a Deagle kill. Boosted finally. Going to be able to make use out of his teammates' heads. Now it's going to be even more difficult. If he can recover a weapon, that'd be fantastic, but I don't think it's going to be possible. Advent finds one, K's with another. Some tags going on to Mercury there from one of the players, but that's going to be it. That's going to be 7 rounds on the board here, Sam. IHC should probably start sweating, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we're dangerously close to the half. Only a handful of rounds left, and we talk about how important it is to keep it expensive, but Rare Atom having won quite a few rounds consecutively now they're okay. Now they're happy with what cash they have. And of course, it would have been a huge expectation for IHC to come on top of that previous round, but it was something that they would have needed to do to keep that economic buffer for themselves. Now they force up into this with every last cent that they have, and the shots just don't connect.
Campbell hammered the push on through. Blitz is going to pull down. Jamyang and Mercury going to be making quick work of them, and through the smoke, K's with a no-scope. Just completely disrespects him, puts him down into the ground, 6 foot under. Wow. Okay, that's a harsh reality that IHC are going to have to live with. Missing that spray is going to be painful, and leaving yourself with no bullets to try and do anything in regards to a response. Then we saw Cabal just sitting there in the smoke, completely blind, unable to accomplish anything. And then being no-scoped of all things. At the moment, your mind, if you're IHC, is probably a little bit screwed up. We have to see a pause after this, sure.
I mean, great praise for Rare Atom, though. I mean, I think that their util usage was, like, incredible in that round. The flashes and smokes coming out to completely obfuscate Monster as they push through. And IHC are spamming through, but none of the shots are connecting. They're not able to move out of the way because they've taken a relatively aggressive stance on the outside, or on the inside, I suppose, of Monster. And as Rare Atom push through, they're not blind, but IHC are. Okay, we do get, as you said, the smoked no-scope onto Cabal. But again, because of all the spray that had been coming through, they're able to kind of figure out where their opponents are. They pivot off of that quite nicely, so really, really well played there. And now, like you said, that pause much needed coming through here because again, you know, take a look at that econ and IHC in a rough spot right now. They're not going to be able to fully load into this one. It's not going to be good by any measure, but this is second round before the half, second last, maths, yes? Yeah, that's right, round 14. So they have to, I want to say they have to win this round, but when you look at what they have available to them, I mean, it's going to be so tough to leverage that. But they have to, because Rare Atom have already confirmed themselves the lead at the half. So IHC, best case scenario, they have to win the next 2 rounds to give themselves some sort of a leg to stand on into the next. Because if they go into this at 10-5 in favor of Rare Atom, I think the map's over at that point.
Yeah, I think it would be written in history. It'd be fairly difficult to be able to make a comeback. It's not impossible.
Of course.
And obviously, neither one of us think that, but it'd be very unlikely for that to come through. So we do see a couple of upgrades here, an MP9 out on Blitz, Deagle's out as well. So they've gone into a partial buy here to try and give them the best opportunity to try and make use out of this round. But they haven't gone fully in because they do realize they need to. They don't want to put all their eggs in one basket. Which is what would happen if they went into a full force. Techno, with the Deagle, he's going to have to be the hero here. We saw the execution in towards the B site last time. It may well come around through again. Mercury waiting on the other side of the smoke. He's going to be the first one to enter. Gets the kill. There's no response. Cabal, he's too late on this front. He doesn't find anything. Jamyang with the kill. And that's going to be the B site completely open up. Nine's going to be the only one who can potentially respond. I think he scored with the kill with the trade coming in from Mercury and Advent taking about down these players. And it's over. Just like that.
Wow. I mean, again, so IHC again take a relatively aggressive stance towards Monster, and given how the previous round had gone, you're kind of expecting Rare Atom to do something very similar, and it wasn't quite the same aggressive push through, but they utilized those smokes quite nicely, create some nice little cross angles for themselves as they push out, swinging on one another, and knowing that they have the weaponry advantage. Yeah, it's relatively easy to read into what IHC are going to be doing. Now we're last round and a half. IHC bought in. It's not ideal. It's not perfect. But they have an AWP. 9. You have to step up here if you're going to get this last point for your team in this half.
He missed the last shot. We saw him in this position. He missed it on, I think it might have actually been Mercury previously. We'll have to wait and see. But he is an absolute solid player. He's going to have to come through that smoke. It's complete denial. Can't even really unscope without giving away his position. Cavill and his teammates waiting for some kind of push over towards B, but IHC, they're going to have a difficult time because Rare Atom, they've got their tactical book. They're reading them play for play right now and really just messing with them, playing with their food. Decent amount of utility on both sides.
What's really rough for me is, so IHC had a pretty predictable start to their rounds at the beginning of the half, and Rare Atom read into it, so they change it up, but now they've changed it to the point where they give over all the map control to Rare Atom, and it's too difficult to pull back.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look into the mid position, there was no attempt of a hold. Mercury's going to fly around, gets the kill. 9. He showed his barrel. He goes down, score. Can't even get the train. Mercury comes flying around. Like a Formula 1 car, just screeches around. Takes the kill, drifts straight to that kill now, pushes over towards the A site. Techno is going to be able to kill Jamyang, but it's not over yet. Mosey. Over. Aggression in towards short. It's going to cost them Blitz. It's a nice kill onto Mercury. Finally gets some vengeance. The flash is going to be coming out. Doesn't really do too much. Never mind. Catches the player off guard. The player with the bomb is going to be pushing through, but the grenade could catch him off guard. He manages to stay alive. 8 seconds left on the clock. Is going to get the bomb plant down, and now a 1v2. He could even have this in the book. He misses his shot. Blitz takes him, and now we're in that 1v2. I was talking about Mosey. He's going to be down over towards short. He should be well known, documented, but he gets the kill. 19 bullets, 18 bullets left over. He took that shot to cover up his retreat. He pushes up a little bit more aggressive. Has to go for the spray. Hits it, clutches it. 10-5 IHC. That is unfortunate, and what a start to this series.
Oh, that is just devastating. That last kill, I was really thinking that maybe we get the 9-6, maybe IHC can clutch out that round. It's so close, and just so some absolute hero plays. I think that has been the theme here for Rare Atom.
Well, we're gonna have to see if they can bring it back in the second half. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you on the other side.
love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
A 10-5 half in favor of Rare Atom on their map pick, the map that we weren't even expecting them to pick. I mean, they are looking so much better than the last time they played IHC here. Reminder, it was like a 16-8 the last time, so yeah, props to Rare Atom, doing incredibly well.
Oh, well, it's going to be a bad start from them. It's going to be Blitz for the first kill. Jam Young, he's going to be completely blind. He can't see anything. Advert's going to be able to get a kill. He's going to be able to find two, but going to get traded out. No, never mind. He's going to be able to find a third, but not a fourth. He's going to get shut down. Mercury, last one left in a 1v2. He's going to have to see what he can do. Just misses the bomb holder. He's now going to have to duel out with Nine, who has not been performing this game at all for his team at the bottom of the leaderboard. This time, he's going to be looking to make up the ground, gets the kill, and looks to pick up a USB for his troubles. That's first round for IHC. I said during that break that watch this 10-round comeback. It's going to be the start.
I love pistol rounds. I just love how chaotic they are. But that's an important round for IHC to win, as we said, you know. Bit of a rough first half, so good to see them getting back into it here. And, of course, having not only planted the bomb, but, of course, won the whole damn round. They're pretty comfortable in terms of what cash they have available. I do like that they're obviously making some concession here, so they're not full buying into the AKs and completely leaving utility to the wayside. In fact, they're going to buy into quite a bit of util, and hopefully that will create the space needed for their riflers to get in and get those very, very important kills on the round. Rare Atom, a little bit of a spend here as well. Of course, it's less stressful for them. if they let it continue, however, it can become quite difficult because, as we know, CT's got to spend a little bit more to get their full buy-in. But Kays has a scout. He's done some really good stuff with AWP in the previous rounds, a little inconsistent. But if he hits those shots, we could see them maybe make this expensive.
I would actually say that neither one of the AWP players have shot off at all.
Yeah.
Today, like Kays has done decently well to stand up amongst like the other players, but realistically, not that great.
Yeah.
9 even worse. I mean, 2 of his kills, actually 1 of his kills, I think, comes in from this half. First half, he had 3 kills, and the AWP costs a lot of money. So if you're not getting the return, the ROI out of it, as it were, you got to be starting to question that money could go into other purchases, rifles or util on certain rounds. So hopefully we see that scout come into play and maybe shut down a push or maybe allow a comeback to come into play. A lot of util is being used, and you commented on obviously the Mac 10s and the util coming through. I really appreciate those weapons being purchased. Seems like we're about to see the first action. It's going to be the 5.7 meeting up with the Mac 10. Does back off. Flash should be coming out from Mosey. He decides otherwise. 9 tagged down by one of the players, I think, in water, if I'm right in saying. Jam Young with the deagle here. Misses his opportunity on the shots, but managed to get a little bit more mercury with the Famis. Finds one, going to have to back off. 14 bullets left in the magazine. Over towards long, we've got Techno, who has spotted him. He's going to be putting him in a bit of a pincer spot. They now know they can essentially shut him down, but they're going down over towards B instead. Cabal is going to be able to get that kill over towards long. Mercury fools Techno, picks up the Famis for his trouble, and Mosey has to hit these shots, but he gets the tags, but not the kill. 6 HP left on him, and Kaz, the player we mentioned, Kays rather, he has to get these kills, but unfortunately misses every single one of those shots.
Yeah, it would have been nice if they could have kept that a little bit more expensive. They get 1 kill, but it's not ideal, it's not great. And what's really cool for IHC is they actually managed to come out the other side of the round with a little bit of utility left. So saves them a touch of cash into the next round. And I think that's important, particularly when you know you're up against a team like Rare Atom. You can't really take anything for granted. You know you're on the back foot, so you take every victory that you can get. Now they come into this round, they are fully loaded, and Rare Atom, of course, back down onto pistols here. And again, it's just a case of try and make it expensive. At least they still have a bit of a scoreline buffer, so they got that going for them.
Yeah, gotta have at least something here. Not sure if they're gonna be able to accomplish much with just these USPs and P2000s, but if they can, it'd be great. If we look at the economy, though, they're gonna be able to buy into that next round, but it will most likely leave IHC with only 2 rounds in a deficit versus Rare Atom. But we'll then be going through to the part where we can actually see a better buy coming out from Rare Atom, which is exactly what we need to put in. The push. Ooh. Okay, well, I questioned it, and it's actually the P250 going to be able to get that first kill. Second and third, what's going on? Advent, he's going to just completely dissect them and take them apart. How has this been allowed to happen? They've just destroyed them. Sunk in their battleship, if you will. Now that Incinerated, Molly's going to be doing a lot of work, but it's going to be the P2000 to finish it off. This is a team that invested probably close to about $600, not like $850 into that round, and they win it.
You know what? When I said try and make it expensive, that's not quite what I meant. But sure, I go above and beyond. You know, exceed all expectations. Wow, what an impressive round. All right, cool. 11-7. IHC were not expecting to lose that one. They come into this again with a little bit of a broken buy here. 2 deagles along with the rifles. And oh no, 9. Oh, he's just not having a good day.
Just no luck here. Not good enough from their side, to be honest. From IHC, they're all over the place right now. And you know what? Fair play to Rare Atom. We've talked a lot about IHC, or at least I definitely have, but Rare Atom, they've just been shining, especially that last round. They definitely shone. The IHC just making a massive mistake, allowing Advent to get away with the P250 3K. That is going to be hurting in the morning for sure. And now the backs really are up against the wall. Still have time, Sam, to come back from this, but it's going to take a lot.
I like this potential pincer coming through mid here, and I think that this could be incredibly dangerous for IHC if they don't clock it. Looks like they may have expected some potential shenanigans there, but they've stalled out quite badly, knowing that they're at a numbers disadvantage. Still got some util left here. Gonna have to make it count.
Here comes the execution. Smoke's gonna be flying back and forth. First off, we should be seeing the execution coming in. Score may well be able to find this kill. He's going to have to find it. Never mind. It's going to be Kaze with the kill. Mercury's going to be flying around the corner, but Techno with the Deagle is going to be able to find Kaze instead. Nice trade-off, but there's still going to be a massive disadvantage. More utility is going to be thrown, but Mercury, he's sitting around this corner, ready and waiting. They're going to fall into his trap, but it's going to be Jam Young getting the kill. Blitz with a nice trade, but it's not going to be good enough. Mercury is just going to be able to dissect them. Cavill, the kill. It's not going to be the trade. It's probably Huntley as Advent is going to be able to get him after that nice two-piece.
Oh,
I thought it was that pincer. You called it.
Yeah. I mean, that was close. That was very close. Cabal nearly manages to clutch that one out for IHC, and I think that went a little bit closer than Rare Atom possibly would have expected, but of course the important part is they do come out on top. But we talk about keeping it expensive. That IHC has definitely done. I mean, even now, Rare Atom's still unable to full buy in with a perfect buy. But they do have the advantage, and oh, nice little Molotov there. Going to chip away a ton of IHC's HP.
IHC. They're like, well, Rare Atom managed to do it on pistols. Surely we can. We've got better pistols. We've got 3 Deagles. It's not going to be the case.
Oof.
Kaze shuts him down. First kill comes through. The second shot is missed. He has to back off. Back down to 65. 9. The Deagle finally hits a tight corner shot. And as I said, hits these shots he's not meant to, but the easier ones a little bit harder to accomplish. Jam Young going to be around the corner. Should be able to find Techno. He looks away just in time. He's going to flick back, gets the kill. Now we have to see if actually can accomplish anything on this front. They're down so many rounds right now. What is that? 5 rounds behind Rare Atom. Quick math. And we're on round 20. This could be either the 8th round or 13th round for Rare Atom. And if Rare Atom get this round, it's going to be another nail in the coffin.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Rare Atom need to get Ferrari as a sponsor and rename themselves Ferrari Atom. Because those Ferrari peaks have been absolutely devastating.
Mosey gets the trade. 9 is going to fall down after 2 matches to find 2 kills for himself. It's going to be the Deagle up close and personal. Mosey couldn't quite find that. The bomb should be going down. The kill comes out. Blitz goes big, but... bomb. How was that not planted?
That's another fairly absurd round. What I think is important here is how close IHC keep all of these rounds. Okay, unfortunately, don't get that bomb down, don't get that extra cash. That is a huge detriment. But they're, again, keeping it relatively expensive here, keeping Rare Atom a little bit off kilter, but still not doing enough to secure a round. And this is what's really important. You can do enough to push them to a position where they're uncomfortable, but you haven't been able to do enough to actually get the round. And that's so important, you know, if you want to win a game. So I think that they need to kind of get a little bit more focused here. And I mean, given the fact that that previous round was a janky buy for them, they do relatively well to keep it competitive. Now they come in, again, not a full buy, not a perfect buy. They're missing a lot of utility, but they have the firepower. And if they can come out on top of this round, maybe they can swing the momentum back in their favor.
We talked about questioning Rare Atom's decision on picking this map, but by and large, it was the best decision they've made in ages. Of Cabell with the shot. He hasn't even got the M4, but managed to get that Mercury, the key player on his team. To be honest, he's been absolutely beast. Takes down these players, finds one. Gets half damage done on Techno, 60 damage done to Kaze. He's going to be in this position. Smoke's going to be popping off. Let's see if he plays it differently to how 9 did. He's going to be pushing through it a little bit more aggressively. They're going to have to rotate on over. Jam Young, one of the players who has adopted back over towards the M4A4. With its larger capacity of bullets and higher damage. Gets the kill on to score. Now he can just back off on this run. Does get spotted. No real damage is done. Flash effects of Techno stops him from pushing in. We've got 45 seconds left on the clock. It's a 3v3 advantage. Not really on either side, I'd have to say, on this front. Potentially on Rare Atom's side, as we're going to be seeing a little bit of utility from their side. If they can find this first kill as on towards Monster, they could shut down this aggressive position. They should now know. I think Jam Young may have seen that, but no, Blitz is going to be able to find one. Couldn't find the second. Jam with the trade, but Techno with the kill. Here we go. Kaze. 1v2. If anyone can do it, you know what? I'd probably put a little bit of bets on him. The bomb has to go down. There's still plenty of time. 15 seconds. It's time for Kaze to be able to try and react to that, but he hasn't. He's waiting for an aggressive push. seeing if he can accomplish something early on. But you know what? The longer time ticks, the lesser chance. I think he just has to retreat now. And you know what? Who cares? They got 13 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, no stress there. I will say that there were some misplays here that I really hope aren't indicative of like a potential pattern. So the first thing is Mosey pushes out and doesn't check that right corner. And to be fair, are you expecting someone to be there? But we know that IHC like to take some cheeky angles. So he doesn't check that. And after taking 2 shots, doesn't even turn. He just slowly gets chipped away. It wasn't like a one shot or something. He doesn't even turn to respond. So that's a bit weird. And they lose that first player in the round. Then you've got K's all the way over on the A site. And okay, sure, you're waiting to see if maybe there's a fake and they're going to move over towards A. But at a certain point, once AHC have started to move on to the site, you've got to realize that okay, it's going to be B. By the time he clocks it, he's already in a 1 versus 2. He's got an AWP. There's no way he brings that back. So it was a weird round from Rare Atom. And we talk about expensive. Now they've got very little to work with into this round. IHC finally clawing their way back into it.
This is not over yet. IHC, they able to claw themselves back out of difficult situations. We've seen it before. We might be seeing it again. Obviously, Rare Atom, their economy would be broken after this round. They obviously have a bit of an easier route back into things thanks to the economy changes a couple of years ago. But if IHC can pick up this round, it'd mean the world for them. They need some more money in the bank. They can't afford to lose any more rounds. Because every single time another round is on the board for Rare Atom, it's like another nail in the coffin, as I've mentioned. They have to be careful not to make any noise here towards this short position. There is a player in toilets. Advent, an absolute beast. We've seen him clutch a couple of times here. He's going to be peeking around this corner. He's going to get one. Trey comes through. Mercury with the MP9 catches 9 off guard. The information's not there. They completely were lackluster on that front. And Mosey over towards long, shuts down Techno. And we're back at this again. We're at Atom. I've used this word multiple times, but I just think it's so appropriate. They're just dissecting IHC's plans.
I gotta say that, like, IHC's approach was also a bit odd. You know, I like a split default. I like you know, trying to take map control and stuff, but I think against a team like Rare Atom that have shown such strong prowess, you maybe want to take more of a pincer approach rather than a split approach, right? Keep your numbers advantage and then try and overwhelm rather than try and piece by piece. And I mean, Rare Atom, they've shown they're the kings of picking off piece by piece.
Well, the bomb is going to be going down. This is a chance for them to shine. It was a 2v4. They've managed to get it down to a 2v3. Low HP on Cavill. He's going to be up close and personal with them. Nade and flash. But from behind, it's going to be Jam Young. The pincer comes through once again. A 1v3. Never like to say never, but it may well be the case. The jump in AWP comes through. A little bit of a distraction. Forces him to move his sight line over to get the kill. And that opens him up completely for him to be found. And Jam Young with the defuse. They're going to be sitting nice and pretty on this.
I mean, that same thing over and over again of IHC, they keep it really, really close, but aren't able to close it out. And I think that that's been such an important theme for this team throughout. At least they get the bomb down this time, so a little bit of extra cash. And looking at their economy right now, they've needed it. What's interesting to me is how heavily they've forced here, because Rare Atom are on 14. If Rare Atom win this round, IHC, sure, they've got a streak bonus, but it's not ideal, and then we're on match point. So this is a must-win round for IHC.
They have to do it. It's going to be a good start. Mercury is going to get taken down, and honestly, such a crucial kill. The spam for the wall. Mosey. It's down to 51 HP. Not quite the kill there. Looking for the Jam Young going down. This is potentially an opportunity for them. But Kaze, he's looking to try and shut down their dreams. See IHC being a Mongolian team looking to try and do themselves proud. First real presence at a major early on this year. Kaze looks to shut down 9. His counterpart, AWP player, is not going to be able to accomplish anything. And the run-in shot from Advent, the player who got 3 pieces with the P250 earlier, is going to be showing them absolutely no respect. He gets spotted here, but he's still going to be pushing up close and personal. He's like, yeah, I know you're there, but I'm going to go for the kills, and he's potentially going to be able to get it. What's going on? Techno, he may as well have been shooting at the board side of the barn and missing every shot at that point. What's going on?
Ferrari Atom. I love it.
No.
Pretty much. Works out quite well. IHC, a round that they had to win. Not able to. So gonna I'm assuming gonna try and hold on to the weaponry. Do they push this? Oh, they're going for it.
They just go for it. They have to play a little bit of a YOLO play on this front. Mosey gets a kill onto Blitz, who managed to find Advent, but Advent's got his worth out of that MP9 in his life. Absolutely nuts. I don't know how many bullets this AK has.
Oh, he doesn't know. Oh.
Once again, jamming young with the Pincer. I think that's the third time we've seen that happen.
I love it. Ah, that was one of the reasons I highlighted him. You know, just consistently being an irritation, being in a position where you don't expect him to be, and then getting some very, very high impact kills. This Rare Atom looking incredibly strong. And of course showing why they were the team that got the EPL conference spot in the previous season. Okay, unfortunately, as we said, they weren't able to compete, visa issues and all. But looking to make sure that they're able to do that next season as IHC in the must-win round. Didn't manage to win down onto Pistols. A good opening kill, but can they pivot?
Well, they're playing for overtime now. They managed to find the first kill score. Takes down an M4A1 player. Down to 48 HP. That means he's a single tap away from any of these guns. Even the Pistols, realistically. It's going to be K's early on with that kill onto Gabble. That's going to be shutting them down. It's not looking so good. Advent with the wall bang onto Blitz. And they're just getting torn apart. There's not really going to be too much they can do now. They've got the bomb. They're pushing over towards Long. K's 3, 2, 1. No? Okay, my timer was completely off. Oh, okay. He was going to shoulder peek him, but just stood there instead. A little bit of a shame. Not quite seeing the finesse kind of plays from a lot of these players I saw on Thursday from IHC. And I think they're a little bit thrown off because they weren't expecting this well-prepared Rare Atom to come through and just demolish them.
I think it's absolutely absurd because the last time they played on this map, it was 16-8 in favor of IHC, who were then obviously checkmate. We are staring down the barrel of the exact same scoreline, but reversed. And this is devastating for IHC. You know, we said they had a bit of a rough one in their previous game, but they won the RMR. They were at the major. You know, we expected so much more, and they seem to have just struggled.
Okay, he's going to be missing those shot, but Mercury, he's not going to do anything to detriment on his